Hey family, how you guys doing today? Welcome to Worthy Wednesdays. I'm not going to be before you that long, but I do want to talk to you about Business 101 Part 3. We're going to go ahead and go over some of the stuff that we talked about last week, which will, help us kind of get on point. So basically this month right here is business month. And for me, business is very passionate and I'm very passionate about business. I am a member of the KBLN, which is the Kingdom Business Leadership Network. And what she is she's a strategist. Her name is Dr. Hart, Dr. Andrea Hart, and she's a strategist. And basically, she gives you strategies to pursue your business, to do what you need to do as far as getting yourself together. If you need to write a book, if you need to promote, whatever you need to do, she is the person who actually had me and got me in front of writing my first book, which is The Fearless Warrior. Now I have come out with a workbook, and also I've come out with a journal since then. So she helped me get to that level of confidence to be able to build. So you guys, it is very accessible. If the things that you want to do are accessible for you you can do it. It's something that can be done. It's not something that cannot, that you can't pursue. So before I get into everything, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Charise. I'm the founder of CAJD Apparel and More LLC. I'm also an author, a speaker, and a confidence coach. And so I am here to talk to you today about business. We're on Business 101 Part 3, right? So last week we talked about having, so the first thing we're going to go over is we talked about having an executive summary. We talked about your company's description. We talked about marketing analysts. We talked about organization and management. We talked about service or product line. We talked about marketing and sales. We talked about funding requests, financial projects, and we talked about the parable of the three servants, right? We talked about that, which was from Matthew 25:14-30. And then we also talked about business ideas, branding, marketing, finances, and business, and also an accounting system. So if you missed that, go to that video from last week. It is posted and available for you to look at if you missed that video. So this week we're going to be talking about, again, we're going to be talking about business, as I stated before, but in this we're going to be talking about marketing your business, and then we're going to talk about praying over your business, because both of those things are very important. If God has led you to do a business, sometimes we don't do it out of the fear of being it's fear, basically. Sorry, I gotta turn this thing around here. Okay, because I was a little dark. But anyway, we have to get out of our own way, basically. We get in our own way, and then we get scared, and then we don't do the things that we're supposed to do. So we're going to talk about 4 phases of the business of marketing, right? So we have 4 phases of marketing your business. And then before I get into that, I do want to make a couple of announcements. The first thing is, the Fearless Warrior book has been out for about 6 months now, but also the workbook just came out. The workbook came out the beginning of this month. So the Fearless Warrior workbook is available for purchase on CAJDapparelmore.com. There's also the Fearless Journal that is available on CAJDapparelmore.com. Those things, those resources are available for you. The journal is just like any other journal. There's Bible verses in like a couple of chapters, like every 7 pages is a Bible verse for you, just for you to be able to look at. But it's a lined journal, basically, with lined pages, and you just kind of write your vision in there. But it's a 8 by 11, so it's a pretty big journal. But I like big journals because I like to be able to write what I need. I like all my stuff to be in one spot. I like to be organized. So if you are that type of person, then that journal is for you. So I will get that. Another thing is, I have come out with a subscription box. Yes, you heard me, a subscription box. So the subscription box is called OMG Subscription Box. And the subscription box is $37 a month. Now, in that subscription box, you get a t-shirt, and then you get 4 items from the shop. So those items will be picked at random, but those items will be different items every month. And that is actually a $52 value. So you actually are getting 30% off if you were just to buy something from the store. So this is a subscription box. It's $37 a month. So you guys go check out the website and look at the things. And the things are, constantly changing. I'm constantly pulling stuff down. I'm constantly adding new stuff. So those things are going to be different things that you will get at a later time. So once you do the subscription box, you will get those things. It'll be 3 things in your box that are come from the shop new every month, and it'll also be a t-shirt in your box, and it'll be a t-shirt of the month. So I have been working so hard that I was putting out t-shirts like every couple of days. Now I decided I'm going to put out a t-shirt a month because it's a lot of work trying to put out 10 t-shirts. So I'm going to put out 1 t-shirt a month, and then that's going to be the t-shirt that you will get sent. So this month's t-shirt is Preach Sis. So if you want that t-shirt, but you also want other items and you don't want to have to pay full price for the other items, go to the website and go ahead and subscribe for the subscription box for $37. All right. So now let's get into the website. 4 phases. The first phase is analyze phase. So you need to learn about your customer, competition, overall market potential, and how and why would they buy your product and services. Remember last week we talked about that. Why do people want to buy your product? Why is it important for them to buy? What problem is it solving? What are you trying to do, right? So that is something. The next phase is called the tactical phase. In the tactical phase, you create marketing programs, you execute your strategy, and you make a content planner. I remember when I first started doing my coaching with my coach, which is Dr. Indra Hart. When I first started doing coaching with her, she had me doing things like in Trello, where you do your content, you plan out your content. And I know that she plans out her content for like the whole month, which I am trying to get there. I'm definitely not there. But she plans out her content for the whole month. And what it does, it frees you up because now you planned your content for the whole month. Now you can put all of your Facebook posts and your IG posts and your social media posts all around what you've already created. So that's something I'm working on as well. So like I'm doing business. So I've been doing like posts about business. I've been trying to do business posts and different things like that because it's around what I'm talking about, right? So you have to do that for people to know what you're talking about, what you're bringing, and what problem you're solving. The next thing is the next phase is measurement phase. So expected achievements. What are you expecting to achieve out of what you're doing? So what is your market? How much money are you planning to make? So just say if I put out the t-shirt, like I have a t-shirt a month called that says Preach Sis, right? So that shirt, how much am I planning for it to make for me? What was my goal when I made it? And sometimes, when I first started, I didn't really have goals like that. I didn't think, I didn't really think ahead that much, but now I'm learning that you need to have a goal. So are you expecting that shirt to make you, $200 this month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever it is? If you have to start where you are, but have some type of goal, right? So what that is going to do for you. The next one is called the measurable phase. And that is this. Oh, I said that expected achievements. I'm sorry. The next thing on the expected achievements was the phase helps you see. This phase helps you see if you're getting a good return on your investment. So you need to know what you're doing with your investment. Are you getting a good return? How much of the product are you spending? So like for t-shirts, or for instance, since I have a t-shirt business, that's what I talk about. But it could be any business. You just say if it's a candy business, let's say that. So you got a candy business and you're selling candy. How much does your candy cost? And how much does it cost for you to ship? And then how much are you selling it for? But once you find out how much you're selling for, then you take your price of how much it costs you minus, how much you're selling it for, and that's your profit, right? So that is your profit. So what are you going to make? And keep yourself disciplined and don't cut corners. Listen, one thing about business is that it will show the fruit of whatever you choose to do. So if you cut corners in your business, guess what? It's going to show up. You're going to know that you cut corners, and everybody's going to know that you cut corners because it's going to show in how your business shows up, right? So B2B means business to business. B2C means business to customer. So business to business, which means like, just say if I wanted to do like consignment, right? I wanted to sell my stuff in someone's shop, but I didn't get paid for it yet. So that's consignment. So basically what that is that you take your product to someone's store and then they sell it for you in their store, but you have to give them a percentage. So just say I take my shirts and my jewelry to a boutique and I say, hey, I want to, do consignment, and they agree and we do a contract. Of course, you always do a contract. So you do a contract request that says that basically that they won't owe you anything until they sell your product. So then once they sell your product, then they're able to get, you can make up a contract and say, okay, it's 100% on the table. You're going to get 35% if you sell my stuff in your store. That's called collaboration as well. When you collaborate with people, you can do stuff like that, and that makes you money, right? So the next thing is analyzing your business. Know what business you are in. Different business calls different resources. What resources do you need? What things do you need that's going to help you with your business or help you to do what you have been called to do in that area? What areas are going to be a big impact for you? So with your resources, like, sometimes you have resources and you don't use them. Like you might know someone that's doing something, or you might know someone that has done something, right? But you don't call that person, or you won't find out, how to do certain things, and the thing about stuff, sometimes information is not free, you guys. Some things you do have to pay for. There are some things that are free, like research is free. Like as far as like, if I go online and I research these things and I read for myself and I find out, yes, those things are free. But when you ask for someone else's services, you have to pay for them. So, just because your friend says, okay, well, it's going to cost you $100 for me to do that for you, or it's going to cost $200, but the regular price is $500. You can't get mad because she's charging you $200. At least she's giving you a break, right? So define your core business. Defining your core business means that what is the core of your business? So the core of my business is confidence. The core of my business is not t-shirts. The core of my business is not jewelry. Those are items that I sell, but the core of my foundation of my business is on confidence. I want women to feel confident about themselves and confident in everything that they do. And I want to help them to pursue their dreams and their aspirations. So that is what the core of my business is. Now, with that core, I have books, I have products, I have books, I have journals, I have shirts, I have jewelry, right? That is the products that come out of the core, right? So do what you are skilled at, right? Use it to your advantage. So me, I am skilled at encouraging people. I am skilled at computers. Like, it's funny, what I mean by computers, I'm skilled at designing. So I'm good at, so all my mock-ups that you see on my website, I design all of them. All of my pictures, I do them all. I do all of my mock-ups. I do all of that. That's what I do right now. Now, eventually, I do want to hire somebody to do those things for me. But right now, since I don't have that, I do it myself. I design my own websites. I have 2 websites, cajdapparamore.com. Actually, 3. Sorry. cajdapparamore.com. ChariseRichardson.com, and I'm Becoming Fearless, which is my blog that I do not advertise enough. So I'm Becoming Fearless is my blog. So I have those 3 websites. I designed all 3 of them. And the reason being is because I didn't want to pay anybody to design them at the time. I didn't have it. So I had to figure out how to do it. But it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that it helps me understand the system a little bit better. And I learn a lot. So that is what I love doing. You may have to pay somebody to do your websites. Another thing is, the next thing is determine your marketing plan scope. So write your marketing plan for one specific product or service. So if your plan, so it says one specific product or service. So before I started selling t-shirts, I was selling jewelry for a long time. First, I started out selling just the boutique style jewelry, the wholesale pieces, the pieces that you get on wholesale. I sell wholesale pieces for about 3 years, maybe 4 years. And then after that, I started doing the handmade jewelry. First, I started out doing bracelets, and then I started doing a little bit of necklaces, and then I just went back to bracelets. Necklaces are not hard at all. It's just depending on what somebody wants. So if somebody says, okay, I want a necklace to go with the bracelet set, I don't have a problem with making it. It's just not something that I am like willing to just do right now. So with that being said, but it is something that I offer and something that is available for you to do. So with your business, you need to do the same thing. You need to make sure you have specific products and services. I have the men's t-shirt line. I started that, and soon I'll be starting a children's t-shirt line, right? Because it's all together, because that is one product, basically. It's all t-shirts. So regardless, it's still one specific product. It's still in that one specific product category. So I can do all that, and it's going to be the same because I've already done it. So it's not going to hurt as much trying to advertise for the children. Yes, and with me, I have children. So I'm going to put them to work and have them on on the mock-ups and stuff like that. See, and that's the kind of stuff you got to do. Now I don't have to pay for mock-ups because I got my own kids. So I'll throw shirts on them and take pictures of them and make it look beautiful and put it on the screen, you know? So it's just things like that that we have to do to make ourselves look good. Now, and not only that, just make it to where it looks good for your business. Because the thing about it is people love t-shirts. People love these things, you know, but what more is it for them to have kids that rock t-shirts as well and that have that same confidence? Because one time my daughter told me, she said, Mom, I wish I had confidence like you. And I said, you do, because you are my seed. So it's there. You know, it may be buried deep down inside you, but it's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that thing out of you. So I started walking like, you know, I used to model. So I started modeling with her and walking with her and just doing the things that I used to do when I was modeling. And after a while, she started mimicking me and she started modeling as well. So with that being said, that's what the kind of things that we do, right? So the next thing is let your customer decide. Your customer is always right. Do surveys to find out what your customer likes. So do surveys, find out what they like. You know, I sell V-neck t-shirts mostly. I had one of my customers recently requested and say, hey, could you sell the crew neck t-shirts? And I said, yeah, I could. I said, well, you know, let me find out what's going on, because what I did find out is that the shirts that are available in crew neck are not necessarily the same color as the ones that are in V-neck. So you have to find ones that have the same colors if you're going to offer it, right? So I had to go research that and say, okay, because I started out with V-neck, if I want to do crew neck and it doesn't come in the same color, how am I going to do that? Right? So there's things that I had to research. So now that option is available. Another thing that was not available was I only went up to 2X shirts. I didn't go up to 3X. Now I'm going up to 3X because I had someone who asked for 3X shirts. And it wasn't that I didn't want to put them on the site. It's just that the more you buy from a vendor and the more X's you put on it is the more money it costs. So the thing about it wasn't that I didn't want to. I was just trying to figure out how I could still make it affordable for my customers and not charge them a whole lot of money, because the vendor is charging me more money to make the shirt, right? So once I figured that out, hey, I can offer it because now I know what to do, right? And sometimes too, as a good business owner, some things I'm not going to say you have to eat, but in a way, yes. If you're trying to be a good business owner and something's going to cost you $1 more just to please a customer or $2 more, it is worth it. It's worth pleasing your customers, right? Because then you get a customer that comes back. So in that being said, that's what I would do, right? So the next thing is research phase is the next phase. The research phase, research the competition, figure out which one you should focus on, and then look for one you should avoid, right? So when you do your research, you look for a company that is doing what you want to do, because believe me, somebody's doing what you want to do. It may you know, you maybe want to do it a new way, but somebody has done something similar to what you want to do. So you look at business models, you pay attention to what they do. And that's what you call it. It's called a business model. You pay attention to what they do. Then you look for, like I said, you look for one that you should avoid. You look for one that you don't want. That's not what I want to do. And the reason why, because if you ever see yourself going that way, then you know to make a good turnaround, right? And so check substitutes and unrelated products that a customer can use instead of yours. So what you do is you look for other people that are like competition. There's a lot of people that sell shirts. There's people that sell inspiration shirts, but you look and see, okay, do they have something similar to mine, or is it something, or can I make something that they are not making? You know, with t-shirts, there's so many different sayings. There's so many different things you can do. With me, I do inspirational, mostly, Christian t-shirts. So because of that, there's a lot of Bible verses in the Bible. So therefore, my t-shirts are endless. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. So it's just up to you to find somebody to look at and to make sure that this is something that you want to do. Compare your strengths and weaknesses to your competitors. So what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? And what I do is I say do a SWOT analysis. And a SWOT is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what you do with that is you do that SWOT, and I'm going to say it again, it stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And what that is basically you're putting down information about your business. So what are your strengths? My strengths are I'm accountable, for my business, or my strengths are, I have amazing designs, or, I have on-time delivery, or whatever it is, right? Your weaknesses could be, my weaknesses, I don't have enough capital. I don't have enough money to buy all of the inventory at one time. So I have to wait for my stuff to be shipped to me, right? That could be a weakness, because if you get a big person who has a warehouse and they're able to have, 10, 20 shirts on hand, and you got to wait for your stuff to be shipped, that could be a weakness for you. But it can also be a strength, because if somebody doesn't buy it, then you don't have to worry about having inventory. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a twofold. Then you have opportunities. Where could I get better at? What can I do that can be better? For me, is I could post on social media more. I know that is an opportunity that I need to work on so bad, because I think I post some, but I don't post enough, and then I don't do ads enough, like, pay for Facebook, Instagram ads. I was doing it at one time a lot, and then I kind of slowed down. So I need to go back to that, because that is what drives your traffic, because that's people who you don't usually reach on your posts, right? You're reaching people that you don't even know that you're reaching. And then the next thing is, you're going to test each feature. So basically, you're going to test each feature. You're going to test your SWOT to make sure that it is what you want to do, as far as, it's in how you can do it better, basically. So when you do your SWOT, you just find out how you can do things better. And then and you also look at how do they deliver the product, what problem do they solve, use information that is publicly available. So basically, when you're getting ready to look up someone's inventory and figure out what you should focus on and what you don't like, basically what you're going to do is you're going to look at what problems they solve, because if you're using a business model, you want to know what they're solving, and then how does that look to what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, what problem are you solving? So, and like with t-shirt sales, people sell t-shirts for different reasons, right? It's so many different reasons why people do certain things. It could be different reasons why people sell jewelry, different reasons why people sell, people bake. Some people bake because they had one recipe that their mom gave them, and they decided to go into business with that, and that blew up. Then they added more products. It could be anything, you know what I mean? But it has to be, what is your why? Why did you do it, right? The next thing is key features of your products compared to your competitors. So what are your key products? Like for me, I have a subscription box now. It's called OMG subscription box, right? Because when you get it, you're like, oh my God, right? That was my scenario. That's how I thought about it anyway, right? So I was like, and also like, with women, for me, I'm a dainty woman who, I love jewelry. I love different things. So therefore, it's like, it's exciting, right? It's like a gift, because me, I like gifts. Now, every woman don't like gifts like that. I haven't met that many, but I'm a gift. I like gifts. So when I get a box or something that's pretty, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be so pretty, right? And the thing, when I open it and it's something I haven't seen, I didn't pick myself. It's something I haven't seen. So it's like getting a gift every month, right? See that? It's like getting a gift every month. So your subscription box is like getting a gift every month. So what is my key feature? My key feature is that women like gifts, right? We like gifts. We like things to look nice. So guess what? The oh my God subscription box is gonna be, wow, you're gonna be surprised when you get it, because it's gonna be like getting a different gift every month, right? Okay. So what is your before and after? Always think of ways to change and expand your business. What do you need to change? How do you need to expand? What works for you? Set aside time each week for your business. Listen, has to be the most important thing that I've learned over time, right? I have worked on other jobs. I have done, worked full-time at a job, was doing full-time school, and still made time for my business. You have to make the time for what you want, because it's going to do whatever you do to it. So if you let it sit there and you don't do nothing with it, your business is not going to go anywhere. I can tell you that very plainly. It's not going to go anywhere. Keep the mindset that you will succeed. Listen, your mind has to be focused on the finish line. If you don't keep your mind focused on the finish line, you're going to get aggravated, because this is no joke out here. Sometimes you go live, like I'll go live, I get no viewers. Sometimes I get, a couple of viewers, and then I have it on other platforms and people see it, right? Okay, but then sometimes you get a month where you get a whole lot of sales, and you might get a month you don't get a lot of sales. So it's like up and down at especially when you're really starting. And for me, I've been doing business for a while, but the thing about it was I wasn't doing it wholeheartedly. Like my heart wasn't all the way in it. But now my heart is all the way in it, so I'm really thriving it. And then I get mad. I'm like, man, it's not doing what I wanted to do. But I have to remember about those months and those, or those years that I really didn't put my all into it. So I'm not getting the fruit from that because I didn't do right with it. So we have to do right. We have to have the right fruit when we're doing what we want with our business. We have to have the right intentions in mind. We have to do it wholeheartedly and have our heart involved in it, right? So next thing is, your business is a machine. You get better as you build. Your business is just like a machine. You get better as you keep going. As you continue to move and as you continue to grow and learn different things, take these classes. Take your marketing class. Take your SEO class. I am big, and I tell people all the time, I am big on classes. I am very big on classes. I will take classes in a minute because I feel like if it's something that I need to learn that's going to help me in the long run, it's going to help me do what I need to do, why not take the class? And then especially, they have those ones, that you can take at your own pace. They have Coursera. They have Udemy. They have one I think is called what is it called? No, edX, I think it's called. I have to look it up. I'll try to put it in the description box for you guys. But it's just stuff that you can do, and you can learn different things at your own pace. You don't have to learn it quickly. You just take one class, you keep that class for maybe 2-3 months, and you figure it out, and you replay it over again to make sure you got it down and go to the next class. Like, the way I design and stuff like that didn't come from a class. That came from God. I don't know, I've never taken a class for that. That's just something I'm skilled at. I'm skilled at doing websites. I'm skilled at doing design. That was God given. That wasn't something that anybody taught me. Just gonna be honest, but Jesus. So with that, that's different. But if you are a person who needs to learn these things, go on there and learn it, right? Figure out what's going on. So the last thing I'm going to do is I want to pray over our business. And basically, I'm going to pray over the business, but this is praying over your business. So I'm just going to talk to you about praying over your business, give you some scripture first, and then we will pray over the business. So right now, I'm looking at the Jabez anointing, right? So in the Jabez anointing, he said, "Oh, that you would bless me and expand my territory. Please be with me in all that I do and keep me from all trouble and pain." And God granted his request. That's First Chronicles 4, 4 and 10 NLT. And that's the NLT version I read, but you can read in other versions. And listen, you have to pray for God to anoint what you're doing. Because when God touches what you're doing, you're going to be unstoppable because it's God. So the thing about it is sometimes we get frustrated, and I do this as well, and I'm talking to myself. We get frustrated, but the thing about it is, what are you asking God to do? Are you letting him do what he needs to do, or are you just got him back in the corner somewhere? Ask him to do it, and he will grant our request. And if the request lines up with his word and it lines up what he has for your life, man, you're going to be unstoppable. So the next verse I have, so the Lord will send rain at the proper time from his rich treasury in the heavens and will bless all the work you do. That's Deuteronomy 28 and 12 NLT. Listen, he will bless all that we do. He's going to bless it. We ain't got to do nothing. We don't have to get upset. We don't have to get frustrated. He is going to bless it. Commit your actions to the Lord and your plans will succeed. I commit my business to the Lord on a regular basis. It's not something that, and I also say, Lord, if I got in the way in any way, like if I said something or I moved too fast and you didn't want me to do that, God, forgive me, because sometimes we can move too fast in our own intellect, not even, realizing that we're moving too fast and we're not doing the things that God has called us to do. And we're just doing what we want to do. We get in our own way. So I'll say very quickly, Lord, did I do something wrong? Did I move before time? Did I move left and you wanted me to move right? What did I do? And he'll reveal those things to you. The next scripture is unrelenting disappointment leaves your heart sick, but a sudden good break can turn life around. That's Proverbs 13:12. So I pronounce a sudden good break over your life, that God will give you a sudden good break, that whatever you went through, it is that. Sometimes we go through things and it's not, decisions are made, whatever happens, it has happened. But what we have to learn how to do is we have to learn how to love God and just know that whatever happened, it's going to work out for our good. It maybe wasn't necessary to happen, maybe wasn't something that should have happened, and but it happened. That's all you can say, right? So you just ask God and you keep on pushing. The next thing is wisdom. So I pray that the light of God will illuminate the eyes of your imagination, flooding you with light until you experience the full revelation of hope of his calling. That is the wealth of God's glorious inheritance that he finds in us, his holy ones. I pray that you will continually experience the immeasurable greatness of God's power made available to you through faith. Then your lives will be an advertisement of his immense power, and it works through you. This is the mighty power that was released when God raised Christ from the dead and exalted him in the highest honor and supreme authority in the heavenly realm. And now he is exalted as first above every ruler, authority, government, realm of power in existence. He is gloriously enthroned over every name that is ever praised, not only in this age, but in the age to come. And he alone is the leader and source of everything needed in the church. God has put everything beneath the authority of Jesus Christ and has given him the highest rank above all others. And now we, his church and his body on the earth, and that which fills him, who is being filled by it. And that's Ephesians 1:18-23. And that was the Passion Translation. Listen, I pray right now that God will just illuminate your business, that he will illuminate your mind, your thoughts, your vision, everything that you have been worried about. I pray right now that the stress is falling off of you right now in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray that your mind and your thoughts will be on him. And I pray that you will continue to push in your business, continue to push in your career, continue to move as he instructs you to move. I pray that when you hear his voice, that you know it, because his word says the voice of a stranger you will not and cannot follow. So do not follow anything that is unlike him, and keep your mind focused and keep your head in the game, because I promise you it will get better. I thank you so much for joining me for Worthy Wednesday, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love y'all. Bye.